Okay, so we have a principle that is brought up quite a bit, and it's Gauss's competitive exclusion principle. And basically what it's saying is that in every ecosystem, there is a set number of niches. So what will happen is if there's two organisms that want to occupy the same niche. So if you look over in here, let's see. So if you look over in here, you look at if they're in separate cultures, you have your population, you have your days. So if you have the same competitions, you can see where they occupy relatively, they do both well in the same conditions. But if you put them together, if you combine the cultures together, all right, this one here, right here, will outcompete. So it's going to put pressure on the other one so that this one becomes the dominant species. So when that one becomes the dominant species, this one will die off. Okay, because there's only room for one role in that ecosystem, one niche. So what we'll have to do is you'll have two different niches that are, one's fundamental and one's realized. I think that comes up next. But basically, if a species can only fulfill one role, its chances that it will not work out are pretty high. So if it can handle a variety of roles, then it finds its actual role. Okay, so then that will bring up the two I was just bringing up: fundamental niche and realized niche. Okay, so the easiest way to look at this is fundamental niche is all the possibilities. So we have, let's see here. So we have all possible. So all the possible niches that it could possibly exist well in. Okay, realized is the actual. So this is the actual niche that it ends up fulfilling. So if it can't outcompete, so in this diagram here, this is really a cool one. All right, so we have just one species here. So you can see it can exist below the tidal line, for below the low tide line, and within the high tide line. So it can exist just fine here. So then you have a new species that are coming in here that it dominates the low tide line. So when it dominates the low tide line and it outcompetes this species, well, this species is forced to just be in the high tide line. It can handle all of them. It can handle this whole range here. But down here is high competition. Up here is low to no competition. So it's like, oh, I'm good here, I'm good here, I'm good here. So now this has competition, so it's going to tend to, why compete for an area when you don't have to compete up here? So it ends up occupying this area. This is the realized niche. Up here, this whole series, that's the fundamental niche. So it can do all of that, but where it actually ends up, that's the realized. Fundamental is all its potential.